My gut says you killed Agent Young. I'm gonna put you where you belong.
What if I brought you more business?
I'll give you 24 hours.
The game ain't what it used to be. It's different now. You're out your league.
That is gonna die.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4, Episode 2. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. And man, it's just a matter of time before Monet Tejada finds out the full truth about what's going on as far as, Drew and Diana setting her up. We know your boy Tariq, he put out the name Kate Egan. So what y'all think gonna happen with that? I mean, I'm pretty sure that Monet is gonna want to have a conversation with Kate Egan. And if they have a conversation, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's pretty much over. I mean, we already know what time it is. We know Monet most likely will be finding out the truth very soon. And I want to know what Drew and Diana are going to do once that truth is revealed. But I want to know what Tommy is going to do if he finds out that his mom is in danger. I mean, this could be a way to get Tommy to be involved within the whole storyline. We already know that Tommy did not want anything to do with Tariq's issues, but things may change. I mean, we still got to wait and see how, this storyline is going to end. And of course, we're going to have to see how the whole season is going to end. And as I told you guys last night, we found out the truth that your girl, Diana, she is pregnant. The whole fan theory about her being knocked up is true. But what's going to happen next? As I told you guys, if we're following the parallels of power, usually when somebody is knocked up, bad things happen. And we know that this season is going to have a lot of parallels to Power Season 3, right? The whole, like father, like son, ghosts never die. The whole theme is very similar. They want to give us, those parallels. And I believe with Holly, y'all know she was knocked up. She got dropped off by, of course, your boy Tommy Egan. Now, what's going to happen with Diana? Will she be a part of that same parallel? Will she end up getting dropped off? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not looking good. It ain't looking good. I just see something very bad happening just based off that alone and based off the fact that they're trying to give us similarities to the OG Power. But let's begin the recap. What did we see in episode 2 titled To Thine Own Self? Now the episode begins with Detective Don Carter and his team. They have a major bust. We know they had caught the supplier for the Russians, and the Russians most likely will be looking for somebody else to do business with. And we know that Noma takes advantage of this opportunity later on in the episode. But they also put all the clues together and they understand that Agent Young, he was investigating Tariq. And it's crazy how he ended up, getting dropped off. And we know Tariq was the hero. So they understand that something is up with this. And we know that Detective Don Carter, he's going to question Tariq later on in the episode. Now Tariq and Braden, they're back at Stansfield. We know that Braden, he is staying with Tariq at the dorms. And we know that Tariq and Braden, they're struggling. They have to get regular jobs. Braden, it seems like he's okay for the most part. But Tariq, he has to get like 3 jobs. He's going to be doing the gym laundry, library work, and of course, working at the candy shop. And, he also has student loans. So this is the last thing that he wanted because he's used to having, a lot of money and things taken care of. But we know Tariq, he's thinking about getting back in the game after just saying that he wanted to be a regular college student. So y'all know he's going to be going back and forth. But at the end of the day, he wants to get this money. We see them taking down the Weston name on the library, and we have some students out there hating on your boy Braden. Now we get to Kane and Drew, and of course Drew is still going along with the game plan that somebody else took shots at Monet, and it was not Tariq. I mean, Drew was out there in his feelings when he saw, the picture of Gordo and the whole family. I mean, he was out of it. Kane had to tell him to snap back into it because he was very emotional thinking about Gordo. But to me, this is like the same thing with Lorenzo, where Lorenzo was trying to hide that he was the one that took out Zeke, and Kane ended up finding out. Well, we're going to see the same thing in this storyline. Kane will find out, and once that happens, it's going to be hell to pay. Then your girl Diana, she goes to the store and she gets a pregnancy test. And I'm pretty sure once you guys saw this, you already knew what time it was. You already knew that the fan theory was true and that she was knocked up. Now we find out Effie's true motivation. She wants to go to Stanford. She also wants to get out of the game and get enough money to be able to afford this. And we know she set up an interview, but she did not make it because she was too busy helping out Kane to set up that whole deal with the Russians and Noma. Now we get to your boy Braden. He sees his pops outside, his family, they're moving. And I don't blame them at all. I mean, after all the stuff that they've been through, they said they getting the hell up out of there. Now, Noma sees the whole thing with the drug task force busting the Russian supplier, and we know she had a conversation with Obi to set up a meeting with the Russians because this would be the perfect opportunity to do business. Now Obi, he was like, man, the Tejadas may not like it, but Noma told him she does not care. Set the meeting up. She understands that Obi's been acting kind of different. She does question him about the green cards. Obi tells her he got them legit. You know what I'm saying? He said, look, I got them through the embassy. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. You have nothing to worry about. But Noma understands that something is up, and it seems like she wants to keep her eyes on Obi because he has been acting kind of funny. I think he gonna be in the rude awakening this season. Hopefully, somehow, some way, he can figure all this mess out because right now, it definitely ain't looking good for him. Now we get to Davis McLean and his new love interest, and of course, the lady that's working for him, right? Perla. Now, we know Jenny Sullivan, she got all these allegations on Davis McLean, and we know it ain't looking too good as far as him practicing law, but he ends up hooking up with his love interest, clapped her cheeks, and she does tell him it is a chance that he can still win, but we know later on in the episode, things did not turn out the way that he planned them to turn out. Now, we get to Janet, Monet Tejada's cousin, played by Golden Brooks. We know that Monet wanted to be like her cousin when they was younger, but of course we know Monet's life changed. Now, Kane, Drew, and Diana, they come in. They start talking about who shot her. And we know Kane, he still believes that something is up with Tariq, but Drew and Diana said it was not him, and they continue to deflect. Now, they learned that Noma most likely will be doing business with the Russians. Monet is like, screw all that. She can't have it. It's going to be bloodshed. The Russians most likely will try to push them out of business if this deal goes down. So she wants to make a move, but they tell her to sit down. And Monet, she did not like all that. I mean, you can tell that she was stressed out with everybody talking, and she told everybody to get the hell up out of there. Now we get to class, and Tariq, he pissed off. I mean, look at him. The look that he was giving Effie and Diana, I know he was upset. We know after class that Tariq had a conversation with Effie telling her he does not give a damn about what she's done. She tried to make up talking about, I helped you out with Kane, I texted you and all that stuff. Are we good? And I'm like, really? Ain't no way we good. We would never be good. And he pretty much just walked off. But Effie, she definitely pissed him off. And we know Diana, she walked up at the very end, wanting to know what the conversation was about. We know Effie, she was upset. And the two, they end up agreeing on having a conversation later on in the episode. Now we get to your girl Diana, and we can tell that she's thinking about taking this pregnancy test. But then Effie walks up in there, and the two, they have to have a conversation. Now, we know Effie tells Diana that, look, they have a whole lot of product that needs to be moved. Like, what the hell is going on? We know that Diana, she is very busy. And of course, with her being pregnant, she does not have the energy to be out here doing all this stuff. So it is very stressful for her. But Effie, she doesn't know this. So she is telling Diana that she needs to basically, get it together. Because with Noma, you're either in or out with the bullet. Like, pick it up. Now, Effie goes and meets up with Noma. She tells her, like, look, I think I deserve a bigger cut. I'm putting in a lot of work. Noma's like, look, you're just doing what you're supposed to do. But Effie's like, okay, how about I get you to connect with the Russians, right? Because we know that Noma, she sent Obi to make that deal, but we know it did not work. So Noma's going to give Effie 24 hours to see what she can do as far as setting up the thing with the Russians. Now, we get back to Monet and Janet. They start talking about their past, and we know Monet, she made a lot of mistakes, but she understands that some of the things that she did when she was younger was not all on her, but it was on Lorenzo because he was making all the decisions, right? We see the flashback of young Monet Tejada. We see Kane. I know a lot of you guys were talking about y'all wanted to see Kanan and Rock and all that, but no, we ain't see them. But we saw your boy Lorenzo, and I had to get used to his character. I mean, the boy was looking goofy to me, but we know Lorenzo was telling Monet that he's going to give her everything. He just needs time. But Monet, she's like, look, this spot is all jacked up. She wants better. Lorenzo understands that he needs to continue to move this weight, and eventually he's going to be able to give them everything. Now, we end up seeing Monet get pissed off when she's having a conversation with her cousin Janet, and she's like, look, I can't just keep sitting here. I gotta go out and do something about this whole thing with the Russians. Now Monet, she pops a perk and she was feeling real good. But we know those side effects, they caught up with her later on in the episode, right after she had the conversation with the Russians in Noma. Now, we get to your girl Effie. She's having a conversation with the Russians. She's telling the dude like, look, I'm a hacker. I can help you out. I can help your daughter's numbers. You know what I'm saying? I know she needs to get into Princeton and I can help out with her 200-meter backstroke numbers. Now, he does end up agreeing to have a meeting with Noma, so this whole game plan by Effie, it actually worked out. Now, we know Tariq got about 3 jobs. He got student loans. I mean, he is just trying to make it. He's trying to pay for stuff, right? And I'm thinking that he's probably on some work study type of a program with these jobs. Now, while at work, we end up seeing Elle. She's a singer, and we also know she will be the new love interest of your boy Braden. And Braden is happy as hell. He's trying to get at her, and eventually we know he's going to end up getting her. Now, Detective Don Carter, he decides to show up to question Tariq about Agent Young. We know Tariq, he was playing it off like he did nothing wrong. But Don Carter like, look, man, you ain't got to lie in front of me. I know you did it. You know what I'm saying? My gut is telling me that you took out Agent Young, and he knows exactly who Tariq is. I mean, he was touching all on his face, talking about your mom's. She's going to be in trouble because eventually she will be out of witness protection. And once he brought up Tasha, Tariq, we can kind of tell he got nervous, you know what I'm saying? Because he don't play about his moms. So now he's like, okay, this dude, he dangerous. I got to figure out a way to fix this before it's too late. And we know he does call Davis McLean to try to see if he had any intel on Detective Don Carter. Davis tells him that this dude, he just may be dangerous, so you're going to need to watch out for yourself. Now, we get to Monet Tejada. She messes up the whole deal with the Russians in Noma and Effie. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it was about to be a major shootout. Monet, she is screaming. She tweaking out. Those perks got her twisted. All of a sudden, Monet, she falls out. Luckily, Effie was there. Effie, she ended up taking her back home, and she basically saved her because Monet, she probably would have got popped out there. Now, once Monet falls out, we get another flashback to where her and Jenna was in the car. They had your boy Kane in the back seat, and Monet, she had the strap on her. They got pulled over, so she put the strap right up under Kane's seat, and luckily everything did not go bad. But we know Janet, she ended up telling Lorenzo about what happened. He was pissed off. Monet, she pulls out those extra bricks. She ended up asking Carlos if they, basically if they can get more. Lorenzo was pissed off, talking about, why did you do that? I was not ready to make that move. And Monet's like, look, I asked you to do it. You didn't do it, so I did it, and he allowed me to get more product. And y'all know Lorenzo told her, like, look, don't mix our baby with any of this business stuff because it would not end well. Well, it's a little bit too late for that now because we know that's exactly what ended up happening, and we see just based off the way that the family is right now and, of course, the way that Kane is. Now, Monet, she wakes up, and, of course, Kane is pissed off, talking about you could have got killed. You could have messed things up with us as well and got us hurt. And Monet, she ain't really feeling it. We know Kane tells her that she needs to just slow down. The game has changed and that she's out of her lead. Now, we know Monet, she tells Kane to get the hell up out of there. And she tells Drew and Diana that she would not be surprised if Kane tried to take her out just based off the moves that he's been making. But Drew and Diana tell her that it was not Kane and they will find out who did it. But we can tell that Diana, she is feeling real bad. I mean, every time they have a conversation with Monet, she is always trying to defend her mom's actions. Now, Tariq goes and he visits his mom, Tasha, or should we say his mom, Rachel. He does ask her about the whole witness protection thing because we know Detective Don Carter told him that she's about to get kicked out. Well, Tasha tells him, like, look, they kind of upset because she kept leaving or whatever, and they told her she has one final time. And she's working at this shoe store in order to pay bills and to look out for Yasmin. I mean, she got to do what she got to do. This is the only job that she can get as of right now. Tariq does tell her not to come back to New York because it is very dangerous. And he understands that Tasha, she may try to finish the job, so he cannot risk that happening. All of a sudden, I guess the boss Chris or manager Chris pops up running his mouth talking about, don't bring your business to work and all that stuff. He kind of grabbed her, trying to get her to do work. And Tasha had to tell him, like, hold up. Like, I told you about that. We can tell Tariq was pissed off. And then after the whole conversation that she had with Tariq, we know Tariq met Chris outside and he beat that boy down. I was cracking up as he was stumping him out. I mean, come on. You can't be putting your hands on people. And as Tariq told Tasha, like, look, you would never allow something like this to happen, but it's understandable. Tasha, she has to do what she has to do as of right now in order to pay the bills and, of course, look out for Yasmin. And then we get to your boy Kane and Noma. We know Noma was upset because of what Monet did. She tells Kane that he has to make the deal with the Russians or he's going to suffer the consequences. So we know Kane, he calls Effie to see if she can help him out as far as this deal. We know Effie, she has that interview with Stanford, but apparently she decides to help out Kane instead. So we know she's going to miss out on that. Now Diana, she takes that pregnancy test and of course it is positive. We can tell by the look on her face, she does not know what she's going to do. Now Drew checks up on his mom and we know Monet, she ended up telling him why she did what she had to do as far as Lorenzo and Gordo. And Drew, he was hoping that she was going to apologize, but she didn't. And all that did was piss him off. So he goes out there, he grabs those pills, and we can tell that Drew, he has some evil intentions in his head. He was about to switch those pills, but Diana, she came out and told him if he does this, that ain't no going back and that they can be better than Monet. They don't have to be like this. And we can tell that Monet was upset. We saw her listening. I mean, I don't know how much she heard, but we know she heard the last part where Diana told Drew that they can be better than Monet. Now, we get to Tariq and his car breaks down, or two big cars breaks down. He's upset. He's like, hell nah, he needs some help. But we know Braden, he's going to come and meet up with him later on. Now, Effie goes back to meet up with the Russians. She has Kane with him this time. They end up offering him the same deal, but of course they add something else to it. Some high-powered, military guns. Now, he's going to agree, but he says one condition, that he's only going to talk to Effie. So it seems like she's going to be the one that has these conversations with him, but at least they were able to make this deal. Now, we get back to Tariq and Braden. Tariq is upset. He's like, look, I am tired of struggling. I want money, and he wants to get back in the game. He wants to take over. He don't give a damn about no Noma, the Tejadas. I mean, they don't have to know. And he still plans on taking them out when it's all said and done. And Braden, at first, he was like, man, that's a death wish. But he does end up agreeing to do what Tariq wants him to do as far as getting back in the game and taking over. And Tariq believes getting this money, being back in the game is the best way to protect his family. And I guess we're going to see. We're going to see if this actually is going to work. We know Tariq, he wants to be the apex predator, and he is not playing around. Now we get back to Monet, and this time she has another conversation with Drew. She wants to know if he ended up finding anything about who shot her. We know Kane, he's, all up on Noma, so his head ain't even in the right spot right now. And we know Drew is telling her, look, they're going to figure out some more stuff. Maybe they'll find some more answers in the morning. But we know Monet, she was feeling real bad because she felt like the things that she's done has messed things up with her family, and it could be a little bit too late, but she's not going to stop trying. Now we get to Diana, and now she gets the 100% answer that she is pregnant. Now, we know the nurse, she was telling her about, she knows about the college parties and all that, and, does Diana know who the father is? Diana was pissed off. She was upset. And then she said, does the baby, or will the baby be living in the right environment around the right people and stuff? So all these things made Diana upset, and she told her, basically to watch out for herself, and that she does not know Diana like that for real. So Diana, she took that kind of personal, but we know, if the baby is born, do you guys believe it will be in the right environment, in the drug family, around the right people? I don't think so. And secondly, Diana, she definitely needs to find out who the pops is. Of course, the theory is saying that it is Tariq, but we know loose neck Salim, he's somewhere lurking around, probably hoping that he's the father. Now, we get to Kane and Noma and Obi. And Noma, she's pissed off because Kane pretty much signed off on this deal with the guns, and that was something that she did not agree on, and she was about to go ahead and punish him. But Kane knew exactly what she was going to say, and he told her, like, look, I promise you this is going to work out. And once he said that, once he knew exactly what she was going to say, it kind of turned her on. And we know she ended up kicking Obi out, and she wanted to have a drink and a conversation with Kane. So they're building it up right now, the whole Kane and Noma relationship. Kane, don't slip up. Don't slip up at all, because we know Noma, she don't play around. And we also know once Effie finds out about what's going on, she will become very jealous. Now, we get to your boy Tariq and Braden, and now it is time to get his car back. He has a spare key. We can see 2-Bit going into this restaurant, and he is looking around, but he did not see Braden or Tariq. Now, once Tariq went into the car, he was taking too long. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, dude, hurry up. You doing entirely too damn much. Get in the car, start it up, get the hell up out of there. Now, 2-Bit does come out talking about who taking my car, and we know Tariq was like, well, this is my car, which is, it is his car, but I'm pretty sure 2-Bit, he's going to be looking for revenge, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be another encounter with him and Tariq. I'm just happy that your boy 2-Bit was able to survive, and they did not take him out. Now, we know earlier on in the episode, Detective Don Carter, he went to Davis McLean and he tried to get intel. He tried to see if Davis was going to flip, but no. Davis, he kept his loyalty to Tariq, and he told Tariq to watch out for Detective Don Carter. He can be very dangerous. Now, Don Carter ain't finished. He already went to Davis McLean, he went to Tariq, and now it is time to go to Obi and see what he can get. He is telling Obi that he knows about the green cards, and he wants to know all the details about this. So he's going to bring Obi in. Now, down below, I want you guys to let me know, do y'all think Obi gonna go in there and he's gonna flip? I'm hoping not. I'm hoping, Obi can keep his loyalty and he can be cool, but I got that funny feeling that Obi, he may not have a lot of time left, but I'm hoping he can pull through and stay strong. But what we do know is this: once Noma finds out everything about what Obi's been doing, he's pretty much got a death wish, so I'm hoping he can figure it out somehow, some way, and get some help. Now, we get to the end of the episode. Tariq has finally decided to go and meet up with Monet Tejada, and we know she wants to know who shot her, and Tariq said it was not him. And Monet, she wants to know why she should even believe Tariq in the first place, and she wants to know why Tariq thinks that she went at Tasha. And this is where Tariq says that's because Kate Egan told him that, right? So now Tariq has thrown Kate Egan's name in the mix. Now, down below, y'all let me know if Tariq did this purposely, or was he just, spilling the beans or whatever? Was he just like, screw it, I'm going to tell the truth? At the end of the day, putting out Kate Egan's name is going to put pressure on her and, of course, Tommy. Because if Tommy finds out that his mom's is in trouble, I'm pretty sure he going to do something about it. I understand that him and Kate does not have the best relationship, but I'm pretty sure Tommy is not about to allow his moms to go down like that, especially since Kate was the one that told Tommy he had that letter, and that's how Tommy got that intel about where Tasha was at. But if Monet decides to go at Kate because of all this, it's going to be hell to pay. Now, Monet was wondering, why would Kate even do something like this in the first place? And Tariq told her, maybe she wants you dead or whatever. Now, this is where I believe Monet needs to go and have a conversation with Kate before she acts. Because why would Kate want her dead? You know what I'm saying? She has really no motive at all. She don't know Monet. So I think Monet needs to go have that conversation with Kate and get the details. Because once she goes there and, she gets the facts, she's going to know the truth, in my opinion. This is why she told Tariq who put her up to it, because whoever put her up to this, that person is going to die. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Tariq purposely did this because he understands that Monet, she's going to go back and investigate and find out what really happened. And it's just a matter of time before that comes out. But we know she going to find out. Of course, she will be pissed off that her kids set her up, but it's family first, right? This is what Monet is going to be about this season, and she will forgive her kids, in my opinion. Now, we know it's going to be a back and forth battle between all of them, with Kane and Monet on the same team going up against Drew and Diana. But that baby, you know what I'm saying, Diana being pregnant, that's going to change everything, right? It's going to change everything. Now, we already know, and I could have sworn Kate had like a camera. So all she got to do is go back, question Kate, look at the camera if she had one or whatever. And then after that, it's curtains. You know what I'm saying? She gonna know what time it is. But I cannot wait to see episode 3 and see Monet's reaction once she finds out the truth. But we know Tariq, he's very smart. He's going to try his best to make sure that Monet does not know that Tasha had anything to do with this, so he's going to continue to protect his mom at all costs. Now, I will be dropping more videos for you guys this weekend, so stay tuned for them. And as I told you, I will be talking more about the Power Book 4 Force coming to an end and what's next for the Power Universe. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.
When we met, what'd you think I was gonna be?